Hello everybody, we're back. We did just try and stream very shortly, but apparently my microphone wasn't being picked up, so just ended the stream quickly, picked it up again. Now this should be fine. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. My name is Jack, or Dexterous, you can call me whatever you want. Welcome guys to the guild. We are back with some more Disco Elysium. I was going to be having a special guest today, but sadly he's not feeling the best. In brackets, my brother. But he will be joining us for another stream at some point in the future, hopefully next week. So Kyle, if you're watching, get better soon, brother. And we'll just have some general shenanigans that time. I was really looking forward to it, but you know, when I was ill last week, so there's definitely something going around. Everyone's got to rest up and get better. But yeah, my brother's played this game before and he's a huge fan. So it was going to be really fun having some good discussions with him about decisions being made or thought processes, etc. But anyway, for now, we're going to keep on going. As I mentioned in the title, it's going to be a bit of a shorter stream this time. I am heading to London tomorrow for work, so I'm going to need to finish up, get food, make sure everything's ready, and get an early night, because I'm going to have to be waking up quite early. So we're just going to blitz on for another, 50 minutes or so, probably. Alright, so we spoke to... we can go let Evrart know, actually. That's not a bad idea. We can go back out there to check about bullet traces. Look for Ruby. Inspect the traps. Don't know about that one. We can go back there, help the rovers. Look into the spookers. Okay. So we're going to go back over there anyway. I may as well go back to... Oh, I may as well go to Evrart while I'm here, right? Can I actually fast travel while I'm here? No. I think you have to be in, certain parts to fast travel. Which is a bit weird. Similar to how I have to exit out this door down here. There we go. Alright, let's keep on trucking. Alright, off to Evrart we go. I wonder if he's going to notice that we forged one of the signatures, so we'll have to see. I have a feeling he will. Call me Manana, have you got anything new to say?
Hola, wandering man.
Oh, here we go.
How can I help you now?
We still haven't done it. Oh, that's right. We're doing all right here.
The encroaching doom is golden red. It is inside you,
First check.
also outside,
First
on
succeed.
the horizon, by the water's edge. Innermost, but yet to happen. Things make sense from that angle. You're Tequila Sunset.
Ooh, Tequila Sunset.
You have always been Tequila Sunset. It has always been too late.
That name's Tequila Sunset.
Boyadero.
So that was one minus point because I knew my name was Harry now, right? That's why.
You see his eyes turn teary with appreciation. He is extremely happy for you.
Oh, thank you, man. Hang on, let me just check my volume. 57. Turn that up a little bit. There we go. Shake his hand.
You receive a good, strong handshake in return.
You said Boydero. Tell me about
A
him.
really cool guy.
It feels like there's an entire history behind the word.
Yeah, he said it a few times, right?
But it doesn't really matter. You got it. You know what it means.
Not knowingly, then.
He takes a swig from his flask, then offers you some.
Oh yeah, take a
Keeps you
swig.
warm on a day like this. Or any day for that matter.
That weasel I visited, turns out he has a hell of a colonial mug collection.
Yeah, the janitor who gave me the key to his apartment said the guy's a bit of an asshole.
Yeah, his mug collection certainly represented antiquated social values. Antiquated, sorry. See how we're all busy concentrating on the racist mugs? That's what the ruling class wants. A man with such a funny mug collection can't be that bad. All I'm saying is he had a lot of mugs.
Like I said before, I don't know much about this weasel, but the bossman said he's a real piece of work. Thanks for helping out, friend.
I do still feel like the Evrart is kind of pointing us in that direction for a reason, right? Like he deliberately made us find him. If that makes sense. Oh, Evrart, sonny boy, we're coming. What about the door? Can I do anything? Can I do that check still?
You're back before the cargo container.
Oh, here we go.
Its drawer has not... And
Ooh,
as
close.
it's always been, it's impossible to open a container with rhetoric.
Opening a container with rhetoric does sound kind of fun, though. There's a lot of stuff going on here. I've never really thought about like how many containers this dude has. All right, hello. Here we go. Hello, laddie.
Mr. Dubois, I hear the meeting with Titus was a glowing success. That's such a relief. Titus can be a handful sometimes. Now, what can Evrart Clare do for you today?
Oh, was I calling him Evrart Clark? My bad. It's done. I mailed the signatures you asked me to mail.
The Golden Boy returns once more. Wonderful. Simply wonderful, Harry. Of course. I already knew this. My friend, the mailman, confirms the letter is on its way.
Bro, he just knows
You've
everything.
done a great thing today.
Okay,
You've
he
given the
didn't know.
children of Martinez a real future, Harry, and proven yourself a real kingsman who's not afraid to make the tough decisions. I know I can trust you now.
Okay. I love it how he's like trying to say that I was the one who did this when ultimately all I did was get signature. Well, if I did it properly, I would have just gotten signatures.
You're in my inner circle. You too, Mr. Kitsuragi. We can talk about anything. The strike, the murder, your lost gun.
Oh.
Nothing is off the table.
I love it how the lost gun is. We've gone full circle. I want the gun back.
Bratan, you play the old man like a three-string banjo. He has no idea.
Hello, horrific necktie. Hey, you fell. Good morning for you, buddy. It's the goat. It is. Evrart is just chilling in his chair.
Better not to gloat, sire. 'Tis arrogance that gives the play away.
It is.
Be subtle.
Yeah, I hope you're doing well, you fell.
You don't know his full plan. Perhaps he expected trickery. Perhaps the signatures weren't important. The point is, do not think you're ahead of him.
Yeah, I have a feeling he's got some kind of dirt going on here, hasn't he? The signatures I got, I know you're planning to force them out of the construction noise. Did you order the hangman killed? Can I get my gun now? The signatures I got. I know you plan to force them out.
Harry, by now you should know I would never do anything tricky like that.
Lies,
However,
Evrart.
If the
Lies.
construction noise and limited street access makes some people consider moving,
Great. You're doing good. Might not be able to stay for long. Hey, man, it's all good. Don't worry. It's a shorter stream today anyway. I'm probably only going to be streaming for another, like, 40 minutes or so. I'm heading to London tomorrow for work, so I need to finish up and get ready and have an early night's sleep. So I'm feeling pretty tired. And I'll be awake pretty early, so to get the train down. So don't worry. You won't be missing too much.
well, let's just say there'll be freshly
Everyone's super
renovated
trustworthy.
buildings
Very
near the
true.
roundabout where those poor people can finally enjoy a significant uptick in quality of life. I'm talking real affordable workers' palaces.
Right, okay. Freshly renovated buildings near the roundabout. Have fun, I will do, thank you. It's always, I haven't been to the office in a while, so it'll be nice. I do quite enjoy going to London, going out for lunch and that kind of thing. But I have got a lot of meetings throughout the day, so it will be busy.
He proudly spreads his hands to demonstrate the size of the palaces.
It's going to be very large palaces.
Very large.
They're huge palaces.
So the village is doomed.
Yeah.
You were there. You saw the place.
It is
a
kind of
wasteland.
empty, though.
There's nothing left. But mark my words, officers. We are going to reset it.
But why? What does he get out of this? Obviously just money, right?
Reset. I have big plans for Martinez. And they do not include humans living in those pig sheds on the coast. That land will be used for municipal buildings and commerce.
What do you
Harry,
mean?
imagine a youth centre supermarket church complex. Employing
All
hundreds,
in one.
no, thousands of people. The coast will be lit up with enterprise
Right.
and life.
Okay.
All those ruins out there turned into low-income housing.
Sounds a bit too good to be true. Huge. He's like this huge, huge. Tell you what is big though. A game came out today. Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. One of my friends has got it and is playing it now. I'm going to be probably playing that sometime this week. I'm very much looking forward to giving it a go. Hopefully it's good. The first one was really good fun.
Harry, enough is enough. We're taking this district back. The war was 50 years ago, for God's sake. It's time to move on.
Low-income housing is, if even part of this is true, then why not? Youth supermarket church complex. Do you really expect me to believe that? I knew you were a man of the people, Evrart.
Yes, I do. I got the centre, I
Okay.
got room for a retail complex, and in 4 years, I'll get the church too. The wheels are already turning, Harry. The wheels of progress. This post-war limbo, I won't stand for it. There are kids practically playing with their own feces out there. It cannot
Disgusting.
go on.
There is true indignation in his voice when he speaks about the state of things, and even a touch of pain.
So he is somewhat empathetic.
The pain is true. He's seen kids do worse than that. And then there will be a giant statue of him towering
Yeah.
above it all.
Wait, but will you erect a statue to yourself?
I'm not a symbolist, Harry. I'm a realist.
I'm a
My
realist,
statue
Harry.
will be Martinez rebuilt.
Alright.
5-story building complexes, kids off speed, and landowners in a zone hating me. That will be my statue. And yours.
He's such
We're
a fucking...
doing this together.
He's so slimy, isn't he?
You would look nice as a statue.
I knew you were up to something.
Damn right I'm up to something, Harry. I'm gonna make the working man as rich as Joyce
Gotta head off now.
Messier.
Oh, no problem, you
That's
fell.
my job. Just like yours is to keep the peace.
Thank you for stopping by, as always, and I'll be seeing you on Thursday. Have a lovely, lovely day at work, bud. You're gonna make the working man as rich as Joyce Messier. Did you order the hangman killed?
Order it. You know my men didn't kill him. They told you. It was a happy accident. You know how it is. No one takes the initiative. If I wanted him dead, I would have had to do it myself. And I'm too fat for that.
Why are you so fat?
Glad you asked. I've got type 2 diabetes because sugar and fat was all my mother had to give me and my brother Edgar when we were kids.
Oof, that's not good.
Good job too, as it made me ugly. And ugly people, Harry, are much better at politics.
Ugly people are much better at politics. Okay. Alright, Evrart, that tickled me.
That is true. People don't trust pretty people.
What do you gain from him being dead?
Why, a war, of course.
Between the pine oaks or whatever they're called.
And what do you have to gain from a war?
Victory, Mr. Kitsuragi.
Wild
I have
Pines,
victory
that's
to
it.
gain. We are going to start a war with the Wild Pines group and win before they even realize there is a war.
Have you ever heard what 2 giant Surrey's hornets can do to an entire colony of bees? They destroy it.
I have. It's a great story, Harry. Did you also know how the bee colony kills the giant hornet?
Yeah, they
They
do.
swarm and blanket it entirely until it suffers a massive heat stroke and dies.
He crosses his hands contently, thinking of the interior temperature of the wasp rising.
Harry, we outnumber them 1,500 to 1. And that's just Martinez. With all the unions in Revachol, and with public opinion on our side, we can hold off 2 men, or 15 men, or even 50 men. The more they send, the worse it's going to look for them.
This is gonna get
They made a
interesting.
huge mistake hiring those guys.
Yeah.
No one likes foreign mercenaries. The leftists hate them, the fascists hate them, even the moralists think they're in bad taste.
Yeah, everyone hates them, except ultra liberals, maybe, which happens to be me.
You're not an ultra-liberal, Harry. Get the fuck out of here. Don't be a retard.
Oh no! How is this connected to the
Harry,
strike?
there is no strike, only war.
Class
war. Or, in business terms, a dawn raid.
Okay.
Or wait. Is that when you still pay them something? Because we won't do that.
Right.
We're not going to give nothing. We're going to take Terminal B away from them. The
Okay.
roads, the gates, the containers, that big crane, even the damn coffee maker.
Not the
We're
coffee
going to
maker.
take all of it for the people, and fuck Wild Pines.
Bro, he's getting quite lively now.
The word fuck rings like a gunshot
Yeah, I was
from
gonna
his mouth.
say
He doesn't swear often.
that was really. I think that's just like a testament to the writing of this game. Is like, I kind of know who Evrart is, right? And as soon as he said "and fuck Wild Pines," I heard the like voice actor change their tone, and you could just immediately tell that that wasn't like him, or you know, it's not something he does often, and you could tell that fuck Wild Pines is like something he's very driven for, which was interesting.
So that's why you haven't let Joyce in?
Yes. It's also why I let that midget Gaumont go. He's too nice. I can't put him through this. Plus, he knows how to get in here. That woman can't tell her tits from her arsehole. She
What?
has no chance.
What?
Tits from her arsehole. It's a local saying.
Actually, no,
Yeah.
it's not.
I don't quite get that. Why are you telling me your plans?
Because we're friends, Harry. Besides, it doesn't matter now. You can go tell her if you want. It won't change the course of events. We have a significant head start.
I think I'm going to tell her anyway, just because I'm interested to see her reaction.
It's already happening.
It's already happening, huh? He looks at the swordfish clock. Who killed the hangman? How many guys are there in the Union? How are you going to fund your new independent harbour? Who killed the hangman then?
No idea.
He doesn't
Could
know.
have been his own mother for all I know. If you ever find the guy, give him a big fat kiss from Evrart Clare. Couldn't have done it without him.
Let's have a look.
He really doesn't know.
So he doesn't. Okay.
A guy, huh?
How do you know it's a guy?
I don't. I told you it could have been his own mother. I'm pretty sure it wasn't anyone from the Union. Maybe it was the mob. Or maybe he killed himself because he was a closet socialist. Truth is, I simply don't know.
He really doesn't.
How many of you guys are there in the Union? How are you going to fund your new independent harbour? Can I get my gun now? How many of you guys are there in the Union?
2,372. Plus yours truly, of course.
2,373 is a sizable
That is.
contingent for a labor organization in Revachol. And they're all well motivated, at least the ones you've seen.
How are you going to fund your new independent harbour?
Oh, you mean what sort of goods are going to be flowing through? How am I going to replace all the contacts we'll lose once the poo-poo hits the fan? The clients will ditch us. Harry, we've thought of everything.
Clients would take a well-known multinational conglomerate over a local mobster any day.
Can't possibly hope to continue like you have. Clients will leave en masse.
Sure, some will go, but mark my words. The company will be unpleasantly surprised to see how many of them stay loyal to Martinez and to the new competitive contracts we can offer. With renewed zeal sparked by communal ownership, the men will be shipping those containers double time. You'll be surprised to see how fast things go without parasites latching on. We'll have our hands free to pursue bold, exotic new revenue streams.
That's drugs.
Yeah.
Drug trafficking.
Drug trafficking? Don't be stupid, Mr. Kitsuragi. There are perfectly legal, 100% ethical chemical factories on the Samarin Isola. You don't need to be colonialist about it.
Is saying drug trafficking being colonialist though? I don't quite
All
think
they
so.
do is produce components to keep the pharmaceutical industry running. That's people's health we're talking about. Old grannies, little babes, people with disabilities.
That's just the tip of the iceberg though, isn't it?
The company thinks transporting these chemicals in bulk looks bad, has bad optics, may be illegal in some countries. The Debarders Union, however, we're all about the large volume column. We're gonna transport the living daylights out of those materials, Harry. So your sick kid can get his Benefed and your wacky uncle doesn't have to come off risperidone.
Okay.
Benefed is a children's cold medicine,
Right.
usually apricot flavored, and risperidone is used to treat severe psychosis.
Okay, 1 second, sorry. Just got to reply to an email. Uno secundo. Sorry, guys. With work calls and all that. We back. Benefed is children's cold medicine. Oh, so Benefed is basically Calpol, classic. We love Calpol.
And the kids on the street can get speed and Pirelli done.
I'm an old-fashioned guy, Mr. Kitsuragi. I sometimes grab a beer with the boys,
Speaking of
but
beer.
I have no idea about the things you just mentioned.
Might grab a cider after this section.
But if I were to supply ingredients for some sort of rainbow party, I would make sure the Union took a fantastic share. And I'd keep that stuff far away from Martinez.
Okay.
He's basically admitting to it.
Yeah, he's basically admitting to being... Oh. Drugs are a no-go. I'll report this. I have to admit it's well put together. Interesting. You just want me to solve this murder. Makes sense to regulate a drug trade like this. Ruby helping you secure the fantastic share.
Harry, if I was supplying raw materials to drug manufacturers, I would need an army of rubies.
Understood.
It's a well put together plan and far removed from
It's
you.
also far removed from my men and the people of Martinez who've put their trust in me. Anyway, let's not focus on the sensationalism of the drug trade. This hypothetical drug trade is all anyone ever seems to be interested in. It would only be a small part of the harbour's turnover, just like the harbour is, but a small part of Martinez.
This hypothetical drug trade is all anyone ever seems to be interested in. It would only be a part of the harbour's turnover, just like the harbour is but a small part of Martinez. It would still be illegal though, yeah.
Let's look at the big picture. Martinez as a whole. There are little girls out there with dreams of making music. Young mothers who want to start businesses. Models who want to walk catwalks and steel welders who want to weld steel. I'm going to unite them
We're
all
getting a
into
lot of
one
experience
economic
from this,
body.
actually.
We're going to incorporate this place to Kingdom Come.
Kingdom Come
Everyone's
Deliverance
gonna be
2.
in on the wealth, and everyone's going to pull their weight.
Okay.
Let's keep focusing on the drug trade. He was almost admitting to it.
Yeah. Hold on, I don't want to look at the big picture. I want you to look at the drug trade. You almost drug trade you also made too. Well, I mean, if it's the word incorporate it, it's very ambitious. Hold on, I don't want to look at the big picture. I want to look into the drug trade.
No, Harry. That's boring. All right, it's gone. The hypothetical raw materials trade is off the table. It's such a small and insignificant slice of revenue, I'm cutting it.
Yeah.
Boys, Harry felt queasy about it. We're not doing it. Can we talk about my beautiful incorporated Martinez and its many-sided business ventures now? This bold new vision of incorporated socialism I'm offering?
I'm not feeling a whole lot of Revachol here. He's not enough flags or kings.
Harry, the future I have in store for Martinez will have
achievement.
all the macho aesthetics you love so much. The crowns, the guns. I will even slip in a skull and bones for you, my
we like the
friend.
skull and bones.
Oh yeah, skull and bones. Skull and bones on the Revacholian flag. The Revacholian Death Squad. Oh yeah, the visual image has completely bedazzled you. You're 100% with Evrart now.
Can I ask you about specific union members?
We're way past specific union members now. This is the big time.
Okay.
We're talking about the future of Revachol here, Harry. You can bother Leonard with that. He loves to run his mouth on such matters. But I'm in big time mode, Harry.
Big time mode.
There's something different about him now. He's more vibrant, more alive in his big time mode.
Right, well, can I get my gun now?
Harry, I've got to be honest with you. Your gun was found 2 days ago. Withholding this information weighed heavily on me. But
What?
it had to be done.
You bastard.
Your gun is with an old woman. I hear she's a character, so watch out.
Old woman.
This must be the woman who bought the gun from Roy. The one
Oh.
he described as terrifying.
Was Roy the guy who ran the second-hand shop? So the guns with the woman. It
Yes,
wasn't
the
Roy.
same one. I see you've done your research. The pawn shop made the gun easy to track. Crazy stuff, Harry. Selling your gun like that? Wild. Anyway,
The old woman. I wonder if she bought it for Ruby.
Union Boy's gonna help you fix it. He winks at you. Don't worry, Harry.
the neighbors of this old woman contacted my men
Never mind.
because they trust me and the Debarders Union. Apparently, she was waving it around at the entrance to her building.
She was waving it around at
As
people?
I said, she's a character. I didn't
clearly.
have time for details. It sounds like she's unstable, but don't worry. No one got hurt.
I mean, she's seems a bit crazy and she has a gun.
It sounds like a very disturbed
Yeah.
and desperate individual.
Who is this old woman?
Unfortunately, I don't know anymore. You're gonna have to go in blind, Harry. But
Great.
she's an old lady. How dangerous can she possibly be? Oh, and she calls herself the Pigs.
I mean, she has a gun. She calls herself the Pigs.
There it is again. The pigs. Like Roy said, not good at all.
I, for one, find it refreshing. Finally, someone calls themselves a pig.
You like that one?
It actually sounds extremely bad, but let's not give him the satisfaction.
Can you set up a meeting?
I already have.
Oh, great.
Tonight, starting 10 o'clock, near
Right.
the old fish market on the coast. The one on the boardwalk, a little past the fishing village. Be careful, Harry. I would never set you up for anything dangerous, but you did ask for this. Now, back to the fun stuff.
She will be there from 2200 hours till 0200 hours.
Okay.
More fun stuff. Seems like we already have fun stuff to do.
Okay.
Great, Harry, great. I think we have truly built a bridge between Martinez and Jamrock today. We have united the RCM and the Debarders Union. This has been so great. I'm sorry we don't have more fun things to do together, but if you ever feel like bouncing something off me, my door is always open.
I'm gonna leave now. Alright. Interesting.
Date of birth generator. You were born in the year 07, in the last year of the commune of Revachol, right before it fell, in the old military hospital on the ground floor, where people usually came to die during a snowstorm.
Oh, we're
The
44.
revolution had about 1 year left to go, and the fires were still burning bright. There were explosions in the blizzard. This was 44 years ago. You are 44 years old. The bloating might never leave your face, but beneath it, you still have some years. You still have some hope.
What do we get from this? Learning Cat for Logic raised to 4, -1 difficulty to all physique passives. Wait, is that good? -1 difficulty. Is that saying that the difficulty is 1 lower? Okay, that seems interesting. That seems alright. What other thoughts can we go for? There's quite a few, right? We'll leave it for now, though. We have a skill point to use if we need to. Okay. You wanted us to talk to this guy outside about something, right?
Oh, hey, mister. I'm
Yeah.
not gonna bother you with a long greeting, just like we talked about before. I know you're probably a busy man being an important police officer and all, and personally, I think the more people keeping the peace, the better.
Leo, you seem to know everyone around here. I want to ask someone.
Mr.
Something,
Evrart
sorry.
doesn't really want me to talk to people about union guys. But who did you want to talk about?
Oh, there's a lot. Tell me about this Edgar guy you keep mentioning.
Mr. Edgar is Mr. Evrart's brother. He looks a bit younger, he does, but a very smart fellow. Very smart fellow indeed. He's away on some union business. Not even in Revershaw, they say.
I don't
Huh?
know.
Sure, mister. What is it?
Okay, let's talk about these guys, because these are the other ones that are kind of main, right? Manana.
He's a union man through and through. Good guy. He's very calm, laid back, doesn't do much, talks to Evrart sometimes. Honestly, I don't know what he does for us, but it must be important because everybody likes him. Yes, they do. I think that's what he does. He makes everyone feel a little better.
Oil for the wheels. Much needed in stressful times.
Yeah, I feel like there's more to Manana, though. Tell me about Measurehead.
Whoa, he's really something. He doesn't talk much to me usually, but when he does, I don't really understand most of what he's saying. Actually, I don't think he would like me running my mouth about him like that.
He won't know, though.
Once he said he's a dragon to this mob fellow who came picking a fight with some union men. Heh, I think he really believes Jean-Luc was a dragon because he ran right off. Another time he almost killed another guy, but I shouldn't talk about that.
Tell me about Titus.
Oh, Titus is a longshoreman through and through. He was born on a boat, they say. His veins are probably filled with salt water, I tell you. Nice, friendly sort, old Titus is.
Tell me about Evrart.
I'd best not. I mean, I could, but I don't think Mr. Evrart would like it very much. You better ask him yourself, mister.
Tell me about Rene.
The Night Guard. Ooh, he's a peculiar fellow. He's the strong, silent type, you could say. We talk all the time, but I don't really know much about him. He plays
okay.
petanque with my old human studies teacher, Mr. Martin, down at the plaza. I think he's the only fellow who actually knows old Rene. They lived on the same street their entire lives. Even dated the same girl on and off for as long as I can remember. Strange fellows. Mr. Martin was always real nice to me in school. I remember once.
Hold up. Gaston was your human studies teacher?
Mr. Martin, yes. Don't really remember much about him. I was just a boy back then.
Okay.
Sure, mister.
Okay. Let me fast travel from here. Confront the pigs. I want to go back over. I can't. Okay. I think we're gonna have to go to like the center part. Let's get through the door. Oh. Got a free healing, a morale healing. Interesting. Okay. What? Wait, what? What's going on there? There we go, it wasn't letting me go down. It's a bit weird. Okay. We should be able to fast travel now, right? Yeah, we can do. Okay. If we go... Where did she pull up to? Did she pull up to the dock down here? Check the trap near the canal. Southeast of the village. Isn't that down here? It is, right? It must be down here then. I don't know. We've got to find like where the reeds are, right? So, here it is. This is the
It
last one.
takes you a moment. But finally, you spot the last of Morel's traps. This one's partially obscured by the reeds. The reeds bend forlornly toward the sand. Some tufts have been crushed. Snow covers the broken stalks like a shroud. In the east, the city center hums to you. The constant, distant song, louder on this part of the coast, nearer somehow. And there's that cold again. Always the cold. The trap feels light and silent as you pick it up. Something is different here. No locusts.
Oh, baby.
No phasmid either, but still.
Look closer still.
Well, the bait worked on something. This doesn't mean it was a reed monster, though. Unless you see one in there. I just see an empty trap.
The netting is a little untidy, messier than the others. Like someone or something picked up the trap and shook it before dropping it back down on the ground.
I do get the feeling that something or someone may have messed with this.
Perhaps our cryptozoologists have competition in the form of an actual entomologist, or someone else is sabotaging them. I could present more theories, but then I would be taking this on as a case, which I'm not.
Yeah, it probably wasn't the phasmid, but still, Moreau needs to know.
We did sort of promise to tell them, didn't we?
He seems to regret
A
the
cold
fact.
gust of air dries your sweaty face, and you look to the dark shadow of the felled building in the distance, drawing you to it. What a strange sensation. Once this is done, should you ask the wind again?
Okay. So what, it wants me to go back to the Feld building? Okay. There you are, Joyce. Hello. We've just come back from a meeting.
You're back. Good. What can I help you with?
Oh. There's nothing else to say. So I've been dealing with Evrart again, this one?
She's not even
Here we
asking
go.
you anything. It's so easy to just say.
Ma'am, this whole thing is a takeover.
A takeover?
Yeah, it's not a strike. You aren't being let in because there's nothing to negotiate. The Union is taking the terminal.
If they're taking it,
Green livery, changing into red, blot by blot. Like a cancer of the blood, metastasizing.
then we're talking about a war. Evrart needs to let me into the harbor at once. We need to talk about this.
He's ready for a war. They all are.
They most certainly are not. Crenell has 1,000 men on their payroll. The next batch will be a platoon of 20 men and a gunship.
I've seen the Union's forces. They are better organized than these mercenaries. They also have the support of the people of Revachol West. It will take more than Crenell to wipe them out. Wild Pines will need to send more and better equipped men. Make no mistake, ma'am. I am sure you have the money. The question is, how many years and how many lives are you willing to sacrifice?
Bro, you tell him, Kim.
What do you suggest I do?
First, will this affect your decision-making process? It's not the RCM's job to make these decisions. The workers should have the harbour. Cut off the snake's head. It's a bluff. Call it. Have them open fire and see how long they last. Bring in everything you have and wipe them from the face of the earth. Look at your wrist. It's Apocalypse O'Clock. Time to commence the gloaming. I wish there was a disco option. Oh man, do I just go? My Harry's not been like that, you know. My Harry hasn't been the kind of one to like cut off the snake's head. I wish there was a disco option.
I'm afraid we won't disco our way out of this one.
No. Okay, we've got to make a decision. But could a decision be not to make a decision? I mean, it isn't. It's not the RCM's job. The workers should have the harbour, though.
Do you think it's within my authority
No,
to give
it's
it
not.
to them? Do you think I can control the board and the shell-shocked mercenaries they've sent?
So what are you going to do?
What will I do?
Yeah, Joyce is kind of losing her what's the word? Her composure.
Her arms fall to her sides. Her spine relaxes.
Did I ever tell you how they discovered this Isola? During our reality lowdown.
You said you would one day.
It may be the only break we've ever caught as a species. The last one for 400
Interesting.
years.
Why?
The nations who colonized this Isla called theirs Muindi, the world. It was all they knew, all they thought would be. That there would be something more was a gamble, akin to another world, or life after death.
I love talking with Joyce. Joyce is so much fun to talk to, and the music's really good too.
The Pale was thought to be impregnable, perpetual. Irene la Navigateur, the Queen of Suren, sent 8 expeditions, one after the other, into the mass at the edge of the world. 5 of the crews did not return. 2 did, but had lost their minds.
8? Is that a normal number?
It was anything but normal. There was no precedent. People thought she was punishing the admirals, or had gone mad, or both. Until after years of trial and error, and the development of a strict psychological regime imitating the creation process of poetry,
Called Volta do Mar, or
Volta do
Return
Mar.
from the Sea.
the 8th expedition returned sane and intact. They told of a new continent of matter. They told the Queen and her counselor, Dolores Day, that the Pale had begun to condense, day after day, hour after hour, minute after minute, slowly raining down until it formed a vast ocean.
The air is cold and scented with petrichor.
This ocean?
The phenomenon has never again been encountered. For a time, the crew thought they were experiencing a hallucination. The mass hand proclaimed, "Lancialind, Lancialind," the signal to wake up. But they could not. They were sane and conscious, as islands began to appear on the horizon. There are 78,000 uninhabited islands in the Insulindian archipelago, officer. The freckled face of God.
You've thought it a million times.
Afterlife, death, after death, life again. After the world, the Pale. After the Pale, the world again.
A total shift in human comprehension of reality. On the second day, a great skua was shot down above the flagship Lizargique. The bird was preserved and brought back, along with pollen. 4 years later, the Queen's counselor was proclaimed Her Innocence Dolores Day, the elected world spirit. The age of humanism, internationalism, and parliamentary rule followed. We were high.
Leaving us here.
On Caillou, the Pebble, the largest of the fertile, uninhabited islands of the northeast Insulindian archipelago. 4 centuries and 2 revolutions later,
And Great Skua was the first bird they saw.
the first living, autonomous organism. Proof of reality. It's the symbol of Insulinde, detective. The coat of arms of the suzerain and the wings on the crest of the commune.
I seem to have it in for it. Or it for me. I broke one.
In your defense, it is a nasty creature who plucks food from the throats of lesser birds.
Grim.
Yet much like Revachol, it is also magnificent and rare. Imagine the suzerain of seagulls.
And this was the last break we got.
The nations of Mundi proceeded to discover 5 more Isolae. Or they discovered us. All in the rush of the great inter-Islary reconnection. But these others weren't uninhabited. We had to kill people there. Wipe out indigenous populations. Gunboat economies. Or they came to do the same for us. Or had done to each other. But here, there was no one but the Skua, the Liliat Sea, and the Blood Beach, and the River Esperance. It was the new world. The Mondials used it to amass the greatest concentration of wealth mankind has ever seen. Revachol, the suzerain,
What happened?
revolution, poverty, and the mercurial rise of capitalism.
It's raining.
It is. Soon it will be spring and everything will blossom.
The gangs will run wild, jacking motor carriages, ferrying amphetamines through Coal City. Spring is tough in Revachol.
What will you do?
I will take your advice, Lieutenant Chiefrater. I will surrender Terminal B to the Union.
I thought it was not within your means.
She puts her hand in the rain. She's silent, for a second.
Oh shit, she's actually listening to us.
We will see.
Ma'am, this may well unravel property law
Yeah.
this side of the river. If that occurs, we may never see the end of this kind of confrontation. The next time there will be 2 strikes, then 4, then 100.
What happens will happen. The age of capital has only begun. I will talk to my employers in person. We will amputate and cauterize Martinez. If you handle the situation on the ground.
Oh shit. Oh fuck. You're going now? Understood. We've got to try the red.
There are no employers. She's a member of the board, probably a partner.
You are the Wild Pines. There are no employers.
You are the citizens' militia. There are no superiors.
What? I am. Alright.
You're
Will
wrong,
not.
detective. And next
No.
time, you should confer with those superiors before you go setting events in motion.
Despite his words, he's not really sure whether to be annoyed with you or not.
Yeah, we're just vibing. I am the militia.
Events are already in motion. Whether your actions accelerated or momentarily retarded their progress, even the lieutenant cannot really say.
Even after all this time, I still don't really understand who you are or what your angle is.
I have not deceived you. I told you exactly who I was. Rejoice Layton.
You're going now?
Yes, Mr. Clare has a 2-month head start. I can't let it grow any bigger. And I've exhausted all my options from here.
Understood.
Keep the peace, and I will keep my end of the bargain.
How far along is Cronell's investigation?
The confrontation is imminent. They have followed in your footsteps. As your investigation reaches a climax, so does theirs. They are your shadow. Arm yourselves. Protect their targets. Violence may be unavoidable, but we can limit the casualties.
When will they make their move? Where?
Soon. I
Oh,
do not
fuck,
know
this-
precisely.
Oh, what are we
They
getting
have
into?
cut off all communication, you see. They know I've been feeding you information.
We're just here to check out a body.
One last thing, Lieutenant Dubois. I've given the matter much thought and come to this conclusion. You're not an amnesiac. You're insane.
I'm insane.
I know, because I too am insane. I just hide my illness better. And I'm rich.
Oh, Joyce. Isn't everybody a little insane? How do you keep your shit together? I mean, she's rich. Isn't everybody a little insane?
No, detective. No one's as insane as you.
Don't worry, madame. I am very sane.
You're over-radiated?
I'm overexposed, baby. My travels take me through the Pale dozens of times a year. I've got the longing. And I've got it bad.
Alright, Joyce.
She would die to return to it. The pale, the past, anything one can return to.
How do you keep your shit together?
The same strict psychological regimen the 8th Admiral
Oh, okay.
developed when he crossed the
Vault of
Pale and
Damar.
discovered this Isola. The Vault of Damar. It's used by inter-Easlary travelers and other troubled souls, even to this day.
You could use a little of it yourself.
Goodbye, Joyce El Messier. Goodbye, Rejoice Elated. Goodbye, nether creature of the Forbidden Swamp.
Watch out for yourselves. They will strike soon.
Alright, Joyce.
The lieutenant watches her boat grow smaller on the bay, its white sails fluttering. With worry in his eyes, he does not know if it was the right thing to do.
I don't think any
But
of
he
us
doesn't
do.
say anything.
Well, I've picked that option now.
You wonder what Evrart has to say about this. Slowly, the sails turn grey-blue as more oxygen gets between you.
Damn. That was fucking sick, though. What was that other one? Didn't we get a thought? Oh, the incident of a miracle. That was it, right? You were reminded of a poem, somewhere deep inside you, the translation of which you don't remember. Nulla sarà cambiato della luce, it begins. Colori como grigio e marron, tutti stampati uno sull'altro, Trovai un vuoto. Una macchia bianca. Gli altri guarderanno. Che bella giornata. Che bel tempo. Ma senti la rotativa. Apologies for anyone if I've butchered that. You were reminded of it when you heard about the discovery of the Interlinder, but what does it mean and how do you know it by heart? Well, we're gonna find out. We're gonna internalize it. I wonder if like learning that will, or that thought would help me learn about the poem stuff. So maybe if I go through the Pale, I can remember. Okay. We had a quest here. The Ravers, the Traps. Last trap was empty. Return to Morrill and the Whirling. Look for Ruby on the coast. Return to the Feld Mural if you don't know what to do. Okay, well I want to go to the church, right? Can I fast travel there? Yes, I can. We'll go to the church. Okay, this is going to be where we end. Outside the church. Next time we're going to be jumping in. We've started some war between Pine Group and Martinet Revachol. There's going to be some shit going down. Honestly, it's spicing the fuck up. So I'm looking forward to next time, which will be on Thursday. Guys, thank you so much for joining me, whether it be on YouTube or live. Thank you once again. And I will be seeing you on Thursday. Bye, guys. Have a lovely time. Bye-bye.